Okay. Please look at the answers. Check the answers. Now look at this. Money cost refers to what an entrepreneur who undertakes a business has to pay as prices for the factors of production. Now this will look like a implicit cost, isn't it for you? Some of you would have thought this as implicit cost, or you all wrote correctly as money cost or explicit cost. Yeah, whatever name. You took it like that? Yes? Yes. You wrote money cost? Accounting cost. Yeah, different names of it. Second one answer is economic cost. Yes or no? Yes. Third one is real cost. Then Alfred Marshall calls real cost as social cost. In one paper they asked this. Alfred Marshall has called real cost as the social cost. Were you able to get that? Okay. Then according to an accountant. Did you get this fill up correct? According to an accountant. Did you get or not? Because he only says that what is directly paid or accounted for should be included in accounting cost. Then did you get the answer opportunity cost? Were you correct in this? Opportunity cost is the cost of paddy is the value of sugarcane which is sacrificed or lost. Okay. Sunk cost. I'm sure you would have written sunk cost. Then interest on capital is an example of fixed cost. Okay. Payment of labor is an example of variable cost. TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. Anybody got all correct? Very good. Excellent. Yeah. Now look at this. Okay. Now, the above diagram refers to dash cost. Answer these three questions. Answer the given questions. Please answer the given questions. Look at this. The above diagram refers to dash cost. Second one, dash refers to cost per unit. Third one, AFC is a rectangular dash. Dash is equal to delta TC by delta Q. So, please answer the given questions. Fill-ups. Yes. Have you answered the questions? First one, the above diagram refers to semi-variable cost. Some people write as variable cost actually. No, semi. Why? Because fixed cost element and variable cost element is there. Fixed cost for the equipment or whatever is given, and variable cost is your user charge. Okay, user rate. So the above diagram refers to semi-variable cost. Okay. Then dash refers to cost per unit, average cost, isn't it? Average cost is defined as cost per unit. AFC is a rectangular hyperbola. Dash is equal to delta TC by delta Q. It is marginal cost. Were you able to work out this correctly? Did you get the answer for this correctly? Yes or no? Got the answers? Yes, have you filled up the answer, those who didn't get it correct? Yes. So let's go to the next one. Yeah, fill up this TC and MC. Output is given one column 0, 1, 2, 3 units. Total cost is given 200, 250, question mark 320. 200, 250, question mark 320. Then you have MC column. First one is the dash. Second one is 50, 40, question mark. Fill this up just as you did a revenue exercise. A cost exercise is also helpful. See, repeatedly we have been doing cost and revenue today if you look into account, because under market structures this would be helpful to you. Okay. Oh my god. Got it. Okay. Now, what is the answer? 290, 30. Did you get it? 290 and 30? Yes, good. Yes, now do this exercise. LAC is also known as dash curve of the firm. See, are you putting it as exercise 1, 2, 3, 4 under cost and doing? Everything should come under cost and draw a line after each topic. Modern firms face a dash curve, taking into account advancement in the state of technology. Conventionally, the underlying assumption is that the state of technology remains constant. Under this assumption, LAC is dash shape. Shortened average cost curve is also known as dash curve. The income earned by a seller or a producer after selling the output is called as dash. Dash is equal to TR by Q. Dash is equal to delta TR by delta Q. Then the AR and MR need not be a straight line. And remember, the second question is with respect to LAC curve. Done it? Last two you're thinking. Think. Totally, it should be an exercise based G-class exercises we are delivering to you. Done? Anybody yet to finish? Okay. Yes. We'll go to the LAC is also known as planning curve of the firm. When you go to normal, it will go to which was the number of slide we were in? Any idea? Anybody knows the number of the slide we were in? It had an orange shade. Yeah, this is the one. Please wait. Yes, I think this is the one. Yeah, please look at this. This is what I gave you, no? Yeah. So LAC is also known as planning curve, the firm. Modern firms face a L-shaped curve. Conventionally, it is flattened U, boat shape, envelope, whatever it is. Look at the option given, flattened U. That's why I drew the diagram and show, isn't it? For MU, it will be very like a typical U. This will be a flattened U as it embraces a family of short and average cost curves. Okay. Then go to the short and average cost curve is also known as plant curve. Okay, under revenue, again some questions we had. The income earned by the seller or producer after the total output, after selling the total output is called as total revenue. The answer is TR or total revenue. Then AR is equal to TR by Q, average revenue. And marginal revenue is delta TR by delta Q. And the AR and MR need not be a straight line, true or false? Need not be a straight line is true. AR and MR can be, look at this, need not be a straight line. True, isn't it? See, revenue curve can be like this. I think those diagrams I would have given you in the book. It can be like this. So this is AR, this is MR. This is AR, this is MR. So it need not always have to be like this, a straight line. It can be linear, it can be concave, it can be convex. This was asked in one of the papers, so that is why I included. So what is the answer here? The AR and MR need not be a straight line, true, because it can be a linear, it can be convex, it can be concave, any form. Can you understand that? Okay, next one. So we are now going into, yes, economies of scale. My dear students, economies of scale is a concept-based question, full of concepts. Let me even put that here for you. Okay, first see concepts. Second, examples. This is how you have to prepare. And categories. These are the types of questions asked in the examination. Types of questions in the examination, which is what I'm going to show you as slides. Okay, so concept, lot of concepts are there. What is meant by economies? What is meant by diseconomies? What is the scale? What is internal? What is external? Still further, you can go and say what is endogenous, what is exogenous, all concepts only. Examples, whether labor skill is an internal or external, pollution, internal or external, economies or diseconomies, like that. Categories, again, whether it is going to be economies or diseconomies. There again, whether it is going to be internal or external. So this is how you are going to prepare for the examination, this particular topic. Okay. Now with the small revision cues, so concepts, examples and categories. That should be a nature of preparation for the examination. What are the terms used there? What are the examples given? What to see, if you this topic you can understand and study. There's nothing like you have to, so analytical about it. Okay. Have you taken down this? Okay. Done. I want to show you the slide. Look at the slide. Now, look at this reminder of for the examination point of view. Now, internal economies and diseconomies. So, economies means advantages, diseconomies are disadvantages. Scale is, you remember, did I tell you how many times I think I told in the class? Size of the firm, particularly a large scale firm, a firm which has expanded its operation. So scale, as far as this chapter is concerned, denotes size of the firm, and we are talking about a large scale firm, a firm which has expanded or extended its operations. So what are the advantages it is facing? What are the disadvantages it is experiencing? Can you understand? Very simple. A firm grows. Over time, it expands. Once it establishes itself as a large-scale entity, what are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? As simple as that. Look at this. Scale advantages and disadvantages of a firm operating at a particular size. As the scale of operation expands, what are the benefits and threats? That's all. Now, internal means that which is under the control of the organization, within the control. Okay, and when it is external, it is outside the control of the organization. So here again, all this is same. Economies are advantages, diseconomies are disadvantages. Again, scale is size. But here what happens when you take external, the last point is the difference. That which is beyond the control of the firm. Okay, now go to the next one. Yes. Now our material also gives a glimpse into all these things, if you would have seen that. So what is an internal economy? And a small clue. If you look at internal economy, financial, technical, managerial, all these things are there, okay, within the control of the organization. And difficulties are complexities of the management. Management has inefficient workers. There is a lack of efficient managers. There is a frequent breakdown of plant and machinery. All these are complexities, and these have to be changed by the policy of the management. And when you come to external, it is not in the control of the organization. An external economy is growth of the industry as a whole, good policy of the government, Subsidy support by the government. All are external economies. Diseconomies, when you see diseconomies, factor prices going up, pressure for infrastructure, constraints in getting resources. All these are external. Do you understand, my dear students? That is why I gave you this slide. Okay. Now, please do this question, simple one. Factor price rise, 4 options are there. Okay. So, internal economies, internal diseconomies, external economies, external diseconomies. Factor price rise would come under which option? It is factor price rise. Internal diseconomies. Any other option? External diseconomies. What shall I do? Okay, I'll choose external. External diseconomies. So, factor price rise talks about the scenario in the factor market where all the firms, many industries compete for resources, as a result of which prices go up. This is not within the control of an individual firm. Can you understand? So, this is beyond the control of the firm. That is why we call it. So, it happens in the, this happens in the factor market. Pressure on factors, production by many. Okay. Second one, look at this. Expert research and development wing of the organization. 4 options are there. Internal economies, external diseconomies, internal diseconomies, external diseconomies. Internal economies. Research and development. What do you say? Anybody has some other option? She has given her choice. Others? What do you feel? Yes, Bharat, Ranjini, Vidyulata, Vijayanandam. Gokul Raj is now answering, so I can ask you. What answer? Yes, Bharat and Deepak. Any idea? Internal economies. Now, why was this given to you in the first place? Do you understand? Because, see, research and development as such is the bigger one. That is why we have said of the organization, the wing of that organization. Otherwise, research and development, which happens, the data which is used by the organization, which is published by the government department, that will be external. Okay? Okay, very good. So, internal are firm's strengths. And remember, my dear students, it can fall in the category of financial, technical, managerial, R&D, transport, storage, labor, anything. Even internal, strong transport facility, you can have your own transport facility also. Okay? So, don't be confused about that. Yes, of the organization. It will be outside. They will tell that external economies. Now, look at this. Constraints in the skill of the labor force. Please choose it. Constraints in the skill of the labor force. Internal? This economy, sure? Yes, correct. It is internal because the labor force of that organization. And this economy is because constraints. It's not efficient labor force. It's not skilled labor force. Okay. Second one. Look at the case. See, as a case I've made and given you empirical case for your understanding from this topic. Look at this. The statistical report of the government ensured that the cement industry will be having an upward trend. The PNC, the big in the cement sector, sees the chance to enhance their market share. Is it internal or external? Economies or diseconomies? As a case example, You can choose internal or external, economies or diseconomies. Read the case and answer. Sure? Is it not internal?
The government is publishing.
See, the government is publishing a data. That is the basis for the firm to grow now. See how they are putting in such a way that there is a doubt it could be internal economies. So this is called as a template question, my dear students. So look at the root of the problem, the root of the issue, understand and answer. Okay, I wanted to give you some empirical questions. Otherwise, this is what you have to, this is how you have to prepare for economies and scale concepts. Economies, diseconomies, internal, external. And remember, internal is endogenous, external is exogenous. You know that, no? You know or not? Why this little bit you're hesitant? You don't know that? Other name. If they say exogenous factors, if they give you endogenous factors, you should know endogenous implies internal and exogenous implies external. Okay, so that's why I repeatedly saying that this topic is basically concept, classification categories with examples. So that is how we did this revision. Okay, at a quick glimpse. So this is a very important revision cue. That's why I started with this and then we went in for PPT slides. Okay. Have you all made a note of it? Yes. Now we are entering to market structures. My dear students, please look at this market structure topic. Please look at this. Market structures. What should I focus from the exam point of view? And few template questions we are going to see. Classification of markets. Repeated question. Classification of markets. First point. Okay, which I wanted to tell you. Now, questions will be from two segments. Here again, segments are there. In fact, in the class also, I told you that. My dear students, keep this as segment A and this as segment B. Now in the segment A, it's you have one, you also have a second one. That is, this is general classification. This is classification based on markets only. Classification based on competition only. Markets only based on very important. Okay, so that is where we are seeing the different types of markets. So the second one is the basis for this equilibrium segment, second segment. So do you understand there is general classification, competition based classification. So general only, no, geographical location, all those we saw, no, regulation of market, volume of business, nature of the transaction, and one among that was competition. Along with the time, one among that was competition. Here we are talking about directly about what? Classification based on competition itself. Okay. And that is where you have to be extremely careful. Okay. And bring all the market forms here. You can even mention about duopoly, we have missed. Oligopoly, bilateral monopoly, monopsony, oligopsony. So my dear students, so in segment A itself, general classification, competition based classification of various market forms. That itself needs thorough preparation. That is a direct question, so kindly miss not. They will give you a feature of a market form and ask you to identify which market does this feature seem applicable. So revise this any number of times. I would say n number of times because it's very important. Okay. So now look at this, questions from two segments, and I've listed out. That's why it's very important as such. Yeah. Few questions for perusal from the examination point of view. Some of the repeated questions have been selected and given here. Okay, and this is from segment A. I showed you that you can prepare like this. Segment A will be just knowing the market. Actually, second one will be graphical segment. Okay. Now, please look at this and answer the questions. What is the difference? Yes. Have you drawn the line for cost and revenue analysis and put the heading as market structures? Have you done that? Market structures. And please do this exercise. Market structure exercise 1. Okay. What is the difference between, write answers for all this because you are going to give the answer. What is the difference between perfect market and pure market? Write down. What is the difference between perfect market and pure market? Okay, first question. Difference between perfect market and pure market. Second one, the concept of kinked demand is applicable to which one of the markets? You yourself have to write. Okay. SEBI is an example of which market type? Fourth question, who gave time element in value analysis? 5. Very long period is also known as dash. Next one, non-price competition is a salient feature of which market form? Then product differentiation is a key feature of monopoly. True or false? Please do this exercise, all of you. Have you done it? Yes. Now let us go to the questions. What is the difference between perfect market and pure market? Anybody has written the answer? Tell me. Otherwise, I'll give the answer. In case of pure market, only three conditions are there. That is, large number of buyers and sellers. Second one is homogeneous product and uniform price, free entry and exit. But for a market to be called as a perfect market, you require other conditions. What are those? Like perfect mobility of the factors of production, perfect knowledge on the part of buyers and sellers, no transport cost or transaction cost, absence of government intervention, artificial regulations like that. So if three conditions alone are met, first three, not any three, first three alone are met, it is a pure market. And for a competition to be called as a perfect competition, you require other conditions as well. Okay. Now, the concept of king to demand curve is applicable to which market? Oligopoly market form. You remember how a king to demand is? Have you seen a king to demand? You know, can you recollect it? It's, we did market structures long back. Huh? Yes, do you feel like that? Every desk wise, I'm going to ask. Yes, this, did we do market forms long back? How many, like when did we do? Desk wise, you say. You remember oligopoly king demand? When did you last see it? When did you meet Mr. Oligopoly? Yes, Vidyulata's row. When did you all meet Mr. Oligopoly? King to demand for last month. Okay. We'll ask Vijayanandam row. Last month. Okay, Harsh. Last month. Yes, your row. When did you all meet Mr. Oligopoly? Last month. Same. When did you meet? You are very good people here. I have to appreciate you very much. My heart is melting for your the interest you show in my subject. No, awesome actually. I'm unable to contain my happiness for you actually. I should work more for it. It's not enough. Yesterday you have met Mr. Oligopoly. Look at the slide. Look at this. King to demand curve. Yesterday, Mr. Oligopoly arrived to your home in the form of, look at this. Yesterday, did I send this slide to you? Is there in your WhatsApp mobile? See, he came and met you, isn't it? He came to your house itself and introduced, I'm Mr. Oligopoly. I have a king. Look at this. Nobody saw this. You know what's a king? You do not know because you didn't attend. Is that? That's fine. Anyway, not an issue. Where is my okay, and go to the next one. SEBI is an example of which market type? SEBI. SEBI is an example of which market type? Monopoly. Sure. Regulated market. SEBI is an example of regulated market because share market and the players are regulated by SEBI guidelines. Okay, it's an example of a regulated market. And remember, perfect competition will come as an example of unregulated market. Free market or unregulated market defines a perfect competition is an example of regulated market. It's a tricky question which is asked and unregulated market. Please note it. The clue word for you is free market, free enterprise, etc. Okay? Yes. Now, who gave time element in value analysis? Alfred Marshall. Good. Very long period is also known as secular period. Good. Non-price competition is a feature of which market form? Yes. Monopolistic competition. My dear students, features of various market forms. Focus on that. Meaning with features. Each market form has a highlight feature. So, non-price competition is an example of core feature of monopolistic competition. Product differentiation is a key feature of monopoly. True or false? False. Because it's a key feature of monopolistic competition. See, non-price competition means brand war. Different. They are not going on price war. Why it is non-price? The war is brand war. So, product differentiation is in monopolistic market, product differentiation is there. In monopoly, price discrimination is there. In oligopoly, price leadership is there. Remember that. Okay, one form of oligopoly is price leadership. Have you understood that much? Now, this is called as a general chart. You know what I think I have given you in our material also. This is a general chart, right? And you know the terms, all this, no? Monopoly, Greek word, mono, oligos, dio, polane, all this you have in mind, okay? That is the very, I think we have done that in the class itself. Okay. Now, segment B. Look at the segment B. This two equilibrium condition and three situations of profit and loss, mark it as miss not. This is very much important. Very important. Repeatedly asked. What is an equilibrium condition? I think for every market, when we did diagrams, MC is equal to MR, MC curve cuts MR curve from below. And for profit and loss situations, we are using average revenue and average cost tools. When AC is equal to AR, it is normal profit. When AC is greater than AR, it is loss. And when AC is less than AR, it is profit, supernormal profit. You know that, isn't it? Look at the three. Okay, and normal profit is situation where economic profit is zero. You are compromising that. Can you understand that? Okay. Now answer this question. In a perfectly competitive market, firm is a dash, industry is a dash.
Firm is a price maker, industry is a maker.
Firm is what?
Industry finds price.
Okay, firm is a price taker. Sorry, firm is a price taker. Industry is maker. Okay. And study the equilibrium diagrams, short run and long run. Okay, short run and long run. So now what you're going to do is, you're going to look at this chart and answer two questions. Okay. First one, which market? Second, profit or loss scenario. So you're going to answer for both the questions. This one, profit and loss scenario, which market and whether it is profit or both. You're going to answer for both. Identify the market form, identify the market. This is a market as a typical question, template question, very important. This is what is asked from the equilibrium segment. Now that you know the equation MC is equal to MR, MC curve cuts MR curve from below, and you also know profit and loss equations. What is the next important thing? Identifying the market form from the given graph, identifying whether it's profit or loss from the given graph. For both these graphs, do this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, Graph A, graph B. Take this as graph A, take this as graph B. Yes, Gokul Raj is having some surprise. What is that? Can I help you? You're terribly surprised looking at this. What are these? Too many lines are drawn. Who drew these lines? Have you not come across these elements? Are they are from Mars planet today? They have jumped into PPT. In Mars, no, some human beings are there, it seems. When research article is there, water is there in Mars, like that. Probably these fellows, these elements were there in Mars, and today for grand revision they came. After market structures, I'll give you a small break for 10 minutes. Okay, you can refresh yourself. Two graphs, two questions each. Yes. Okay. Adequate time given. Graph 1 or graph A. What's the market form? First letter only is visible. I mean, I can hear monopoly market. Yes. Then some other option is coming. What is it? Duopoly. Imperfect. Imperfect. Under that, you just want to say imperfect. What type of imperfect market? Do you find the curve flat or steep? Is it flat or steep? So flat will be for which market? Monopoly, no? Then this is steep is for, then flat is for what? Perfect combination. Don't be too brilliant, yeah. It's very difficult to take class for you. Extremely brilliant you are. Flat is always monopolistic. Because there are a lot of brands. If not one, you can go for the other. Flat denotes elasticity. I think I wrote that. Flat denotes elasticity. And in monopoly, that option is not there because only one person. Whatever price he charges, people have to buy it. So it is an inelastic market, steeper. Okay. Market for graph A, it is monopolistic competition. Did you identify whether it is supernormal profit or normal profit or loss? Supernormal profit? The answer is supernormal profit. Why is it? Because when AR, look at AR, point AR, and look at AC. So AR is greater than AC, is supernormal profit. Look at your AR curve. This is the point. You think my cursor is visible? This is the AR point. This is the AC point. The difference between gives you profit per unit of output, and totally the profit will be this shaded area in the graph, which is supernormal profit. Are you clear? So what is the answer for the graph 1? Monopolistic competition, supernormal profit. Go for graph 2. What is your opinion about graph 2? Is it a perfect competition, monopoly, duopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, bilateral monopoly, monopsony, whatever you want, you say. What is this? Second one. This one. Second one. Where the cursor is showing that graph. Which market form? Which market form? Are you awake? Which market form? If somebody want to say something, yeah, please. Deepak or Bharat wanted to say something. Do you remember group equilibrium model? Do you remember that? Monopolistic competition, long run group equilibrium model was given by whom? Was given by which economist? Group equilibrium model was given by Vigo. Professor Chamberlain. Very important, my dear students. This is a template question. Please see whether from your book you are able to identify the graph. From the graph, which market and which situation. Both are important. Okay. And group equilibrium model was given by Professor Chamberlain, who said that instead of brand war among you, join together, form a group and decide, bring some uniformity so that the sellers do not become losers. And that assumption was called as heroic assumptions. We told you that. Challenging assumptions were called as heroic assumptions. Do you remember that? All those points? Okay. Next one. Again, similar question. The exercise 2 in market structure equilibrium part. Identify the market and profit or loss situation. Graph A, graph B, both are given. Graph A, graph B. Do you see the graph? What is the answer, you know? Graph A is what? Very good. Perfect competition. Okay. What is the situation there? Why normal profit? Because AR is equal to ATC. There is no difference. Very good. Very good answer and good attempt. Normal profits. Okay. Graph B. Graph B is monopolistic. Are you sure? Okay. They have given it little flatter. Okay, it should be given like this. If it is monopoly, it should be like this. Okay, this graph. If it is steeper, monopoly. If it is flatter, monopolistic competition. Okay, what is the situation there? Profit or loss? We will identify that from graph B. Look at it. Is it loss, supernormal profit, or normal profit? Yes. Loss, somebody is saying loss, somebody is saying supernormal profit. What is it? Supernormal profit. So in the graph 2, I want you to know only the, what is that, identify what, whether profit or loss situation, because this curve has to be steeper. Now, how did you identify supernormal profit? This demand also represents AR. Look at AR point, AR point is R and cost is yes. So AR is greater than AC, which is supernormal profit. Can you understand, students? Don't be so sleepy. Actually, with this slide, I will give you a break. Look at this one and tell me. Yeah, this one. No, this one. Now identify whether it is a profit or loss situation. Identify if it is a profit or loss situation. Loss. Why do you say loss? Written. Oh God. Okay, what is market form? I will change the question. It's monopoly. Look at this. No? Actually, the question was about the market form. Okay. Answer this. That is already given. Okay. What is the situation depicted? Normal profit or supernormal profit? Now, supposing there is an now what will you choose? Group equilibrium. Yes? Yes? Please answer. I have changed the option, so I am asking. We saw, isn't it, normal profit group equilibrium model? We saw, isn't it? So, what is the option now you will choose? Yes, others, you can say what you know. We will still choose only normal profit because group equilibrium normal profit belongs to monopolistic competition only. Here we are depicting a perfectly competitive model where AR is equal to MR as a straight line parallel to the x-axis. Is that clear? Okay. So we are going to laws of production. I will give you a break now. Okay. And some more questions on market structure I will ask from the book, just to do as an exercise. Is that fine? Yes, regarding studies, what help you want? Can I help you? Very important. Huh? Okay. Yes. Laws of production. My dear students, laws of production. Please remember and recollect that topic. laws of production. So you will have some revision tips or cues. First, you have to learn the three major laws. Three major laws. Okay. Law of variable proportions. Law of variable proportions. Laws of returns. Whatever order you want, you can take it. Then returns to scale. Returns to scale. So, what is that you have to know here? Have in mind is because one topic for computation. Computations. So, here it will be TP, AP and MP. It will be TP, AP and MP. What you saw as TR, AR and MR or TC, AC and MC. Now, variable factor, one factor made variable or kept variable, all others fixed. This is a Q sentence. One factor, you will be asked to identify the law from the meaning of the statement which they give. One factor made variable and all others fixed. Second one is very good. One factor under laws of returns, one factor kept fixed or has fixed factor and any other will be variable. Third one, here scale means all inputs under laws of production. So look at the question, read the question, whether it is economies of scale or returns to scale. Under returns to scale, by the term scale refers to all inputs. Here, all inputs are made variable. Now, based on this, you are going to tell me whether the law is applicable in the short run or long run. That is another expected question. So, law of variable proportion, is it applicable in the short run or long run? Sure? Why? In the long run, there will not be any distinction as fixed and variable factor. Since there is a distinction here, we call it as a law applicable in the short run. SR stands for short run. This is one question apart from graph, apart from schedule, apart from identifying the law. Okay? Then, returns to scale. One factor kept fixed and any other variable. Is it a long run applicable or short run applicable? Second one. Janandam, now you don't reply. I'll ask these fellows to think and answer. Laws of returns is applicable in the short run or long run? Why? There is a distinction as fixed and variable. No. Returns to scale. This row, I want this row to answer. Returns to scale. Applicable in the short run or long run? This row. But, okay. Okay, that is one type of question. Okay. And identifying the law itself from the graph, from the table, etc. That is one important thing. Now, look at this example question I've given you here. Identify from the given law which studies the changes in the output resulting from changing one factor, keeping others constant. See, so look at this question and answer. I will put these options down so that you are clear with the options. I will put it in a different color. Okay, so you will know it. Options are clear. And other one I have given, correct and incorrect sentence you have to find. Okay. Let's look at the questions, read the questions. Four options. Yes, a set of questions are there. You're going to do this. First one, identify from the given the law which studies the changes in the output resulting from changing one factor, keeping others constant. Very good. Law of variable proportion. See how differently they have asked. Isn't it? Can you see that difference? How they have asked? So law of variable proportion, law of VP. Why? Because one factor, this means changing one factor is made variable. Okay? Can you follow? And others are constant. Do you understand? Then identify the incorrect statement from the given. Okay? And state of technology is kept constant, and this is regarding, I'll give you that, law of variable proportion. Okay, look at this and see which is incorrect. State of technology is constant, only one factor is made variable, others are kept constant. The law is not applicable to those cases where the factor proportions must be used in rigidly fixed proportion to yield a product. All the units of variable factors need not be homogeneous. Option 4. It should be homogeneous. All the units, by varying the units, what are we doing? We are varying the quantity, not the quality. I was telling you in the class, as I was doing this, we are increasing the labor, but we are not going to change from skilled labor to unskilled, to educated, to rural, to urban. Okay, so if you look at this, this is the incorrect statement. Okay, yes. Go to the next one. If the doubling of all the inputs leads to the output more than doubled, there it is. So you are going to identify the law and the sub-law. Increasing returns to scale. Perfect answer. Excellent answer. Were you able to identify? This is a very important template question. Increasing returns to scale. Now, my dear students, this is what is called as a template question. I'm going to highlight it in bold. So this is a must-read type of question. So what is that they're giving you? Asking you to identify the law and the sub-law. So the major law is returns to scale. Why? Because all the inputs. And why increasing returns to scale? Doubling of output leads to more than proportionate increase in the output. Okay, so three situations are when the input is doubled, output can be more than doubled, equal to, less than. If it's more than, it is increasing. If it is equal to, constant. Otherwise, it is decreasing. Okay, yes. Now, diminishing returns is associated with which sector? Primary, secondary, tertiary, all the three. Diminishing returns. I think I gave you increasing returns, constant returns. All the three returns are associated with particular sector or industry, which I told you in class. Primary, very good. That is agriculture. This is the correct option. What is the diminishing returns associated with increasing returns with? Manufacturing sector or industrial, and constant returns with what is known as the extractive industries. You remember the term. Raw material base is from agriculture. Processing will be done in the industrial sector. Do you remember that? Yes? Okay. Line passing through the origin is called as, if we are using a tool, isn't it, to understand? under returns to scale. You remember this diagram? Do you remember something like this we did? So the question is, what is this OP line called as? Scale line. The other name is scale line or expansion path. Fantastic. It's a technical question you answered. Very good. And what are these curves known as? ISO only you can hear. ISO point. Yes, look at this. IQ1, IQ2, IQ3, IQ4. Can you understand, my dear students? In the class we did this exercise. You remember this diagram at least in your mind? Yes. Okay. Now, laws of returns is applicable in the short run only. True or false? Laws of returns. Good. Answer is true. Okay. So commonly asked questions from the graphical segment. Fill in the question mark. Give the names of the three stages. What does point F denote? Is this a modern law or a classical law? Identify the stage of rationality from the given schedule. So by the way, which among the three major laws, under what does this come? Among the three major laws, what is this graph pertains to? Which law of production? First answer that and let's move on. It belongs to yes, this row. This chart belongs to, we saw the three laws are given here. It belongs to this row. Open your mouth once and answer. Show that displayed. Table is displayed for you. Schedule is displayed for you. So the answer is given. Very good. Excellent preparation regarding laws of production. Look at the answer. When you have a segment called as variable and fixed, how can you call returns to scale? Scale means all inputs. No, you will not have this distinction at all. Can you see this? Okay. Now, please note down the commonly asked questions from law of variable proportion, repeated question in the examination. Every time they ask you, and what questions are coming from this, they they shuffle the question and ask, but this is a repeated topic, repeatedly asked question from this segment, repeated question from this segment. So commonly asked questions are, yes, as usual, filling the TP, AP and MP, that is there. You can fill it up. Then give the names of the three stages. What does F denote? Is this a modern law or classical law? Identify the stage of rationality from the given schedule. Maximum number of questions I've given you here. You have to tell me. Answer the following questions. Yes, increasing returns stage and diminishing or decreasing diminishing returns, negative returns. Good. Then point of inflation. Are you sure? Inflection. F. Point of inflection. What does that point mean? Can you tell me? Now, 3 points which are repeatedly asked. Sorry. Please be prepared for equilibrium point, saturation point, inflection point. Please revise all these critical points. Okay. Yes. Tell me now. What is point of inflection? What is increasing? What is diminishing? What is happening? Yeah, you are actually, you know the answer, but a little bit, I tell you. So look at this. Point of inflection. So look at this. Total product stops increasing at an increasing rate and starts increasing at a diminishing rate. That point is called as the point of inflection, and please remember it will be in the somewhere from 4 to 5. Fourth point itself it will be there. Okay, in the graph if you draw the line you will see how from the 5th to the 9th, which is the second stage, you will find total product increasing at a diminishing rate. Okay, yes. Now is this a modern law or a classical law? Modern. So what is the classical law then? Laws of returns. Law of variable proportion is a modern law. Laws of returns is a classical law. So this is a modern law. What we are showing is a modern law. Law of variable proportion is a modern law. Many students miss out these points. That's what they are asking in the examination. So whereas laws of returns is a classical law. Okay. Now 3 stages are there. She told us it is increasing, diminishing and negative stage. Okay. Now in these 3 stages, which is a stage of economic rationality? Stage 1, stage 2 or stage 3? Only one person is answering the plus and 2. Others? Can you assure me? Okay, tell me which is the stage of economic rationality? I asked you one question. Stage 2. Why do you say that? Did you fill up this by the way? What is coming there? 36 minus 12, isn't it? What you got? What is the answer you got? Be loud. What is the answer? 14.
14.
Yes. And in the ninth one? What is the answer? Look at it. Look at the marginal product column and give the answer. 82. Some other font. Not this one. Look at the answer. 82. Here it is 14. Now calculation is one thing they can ask you. What is the other thing they can ask you? Also a law based question. Okay. Now look at this. Please register iso product curve, equal product curve. This is very important for producers equilibrium. Please note this. And this is one repeated question. In the class I was telling you, remember these? Constant returns to scale. The successive iso product curves will be equidistant. Yes or no? You remember that this diagram? Do you remember this diagram? Today is an auspicious day. Huh? I left it. I forgot to teach this part. I did. No? This row. Do you remember this? When the distance between successive iso product curve are equal, when they are equidistant, it is constant returns. When they are increasing, that is distance between the successive product curve is declining or decreasing, it is increasing returns to scale. I told you this. It will be reversed. Don't be deluded by the diagram. You see, it is decreasing, right? That decreasing is a sign of efficiency. I told you all this in the class. I said to bring about an increase in the level of output by 50 units, you require less and less of input application. That is the reason why it is decreasing. Do you follow that or not? Yes. And the third one is the difference between the successive iso product curve is increasing, which means to bring about an increase by 50 units, the firm has to apply more of the units of the factors of production. So that is a sign of inefficiency. That is a sign of what? Inefficiency. Do you understand? Yes or no? Business cycle and selected portions are there, no? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is give you some tests in laws of production. Okay. Take down few questions. You have to answer these questions. With options. Then we'll speak positively. Yes, come to the questions. Take down. I'm getting a bit fun. Looking at your okay. Question 1. Under the law of variable proportion, you write it in short form as VP. In the second stage, total product continues to increase but at a diminishing rate. Total product continues to increase but at a diminishing rate. True or false? Okay, true or false? Second one. Laws of production examines the changes in the factor proportions. True or false? Okay. Changes in factor proportions. Laws of production examines the changes in the factor proportions. Third question. If an increase in all the factors leads to less than proportionate increase in output, then it is less than proportionate increase in output. It is called as decreasing returns. Third one. Under constant returns to scale, the distance between the successive isoproduct curves are option A diminishing, option B increasing, option C equal, option D varies from firm to firm. Then next question. The law of dash returns represents a transition or an en route from increasing to decreasing returns, or vice versa. Okay. How many questions I have given? Okay, do this first. Finished? Yes. So, what was the first question asked?
Under the law of decrease in the second phase, TP continues to increase but at a decreasing rate.
True or false? Yeah, same. True or false? True. Answer is true. Okay. Second one. Yes, true or false? True. Does not examine the change in factor proportions. Is it? True. True. Laws of production examine the impact on output as a result of changes in the factor proportions. So this answer is false. It is not just examining factor proportion. It is not examining the factor proportion. It is studying the impact on output as a result of changes in the factor proportion. See, in the class I was telling you this. Please note this. Factor proportions are changed, okay. But what does the law examine? As a result of this, what is happening to output? That's why we keep saying, no, doubling of inputs will lead to output being more than double, less than double, equal to double. All that we are saying, okay. Can you understand that point? Yes. What is the next question?
If an increase in all factors leads to less than proportionate increase in output, it's called an decrease.
True or false? True. Really? 100%? Are you sure? Okay, I'll give the answer. What is the answer given there? It is called as what? Decreasing returns to scale. Because when you have the term all factors, we are talking not about laws of returns, we are talking about returns to scale. That is the difference. See, please note it. Laws of returns versus returns to scale. Laws of returns versus returns to scale. Please revise. It's a very important segment to revise. Just a slip. What you did is a slip, isn't it? Which starts itself when all the factors increase. Is it there given? So all the factors imply scale. Okay. Yes, next one.
The constant returns to scale, the distance between the successive isochoric curves are diminishing, options diminishing, increasing, equal, varies from time.
Yes. What's the option? Equal. Equal. Answer is equal. Okay. So don't go into the trap of varies from form to form. So we are doing based on the law we are doing. Right. Okay. That's all. That's
The law of dash returns represents a transition or an move from increasing to decreasing returns or vice versa.
any
Constant.
constant. Yes. Yes. Constant only. It's not a permanent place. When there is going to be an increase from DR to IR or a fall from IR to DR, you have an in-between midpoint. That en route is constant term. Okay, have you understood this much? Shall I go to business cycles or no? You have class, no? Others, shall I do business cycles? Yes or no? Yes? Majority? Okay. Now go to business cycles. Now, this is very, very important for understanding the economy, the economic fluctuations, and accordingly plan the managerial strategies. That's a basic thing, okay? Because these are out of our control. So if you can forecast and you are able to know the trend, accordingly you produce. Now look at the 4 phases. Repeatedly, please note this. 4 phases. They are very important. Yeah. So look at the 4 phases of business cycle: expansion, peak or boom or prosperity, contraction, trough or depression. 4 phases you have to know. Okay. And the other one is indicators. Leading, lagging, coincident indicators with the examples. So what is the leading indicator? So here a leading indicator before the onset of that particular phase itself, changes will be observed in certain variables. So they are leading. In case of some variables, you will find that they will happen simultaneously. They are concurrent or coincident. Certain things, certain variables will exhibit the trend after the trend has started. They are lagging. We say no, lagging behind, slow. So these are the, and look at the examples given. Changes in stock prices, interest rate, housing sector indicators. Housing can come on also under coincident. So that is there. Lagging, unemployment, consumer price index, corporate profits. So these you have to read as given because economists have predicted which macro variable comes ahead of the cycle, which changes along with the cycle, which will happen after the onset of that particular phase. Okay. And when you say concurrent, you have GDP, inflation and industrial production. Now you can be ready for the exercise on business cycle. So put the heading as business cycle and note down my questions for you. I'm going to give you the questions and you're going to do. Okay. First question. Question number 1. A business cycle is also known as option A, trade cycle, B, economic cycle, C, A and B, fourth one is none of the given. Okay. Second question. Trade cycle, economic cycle, both A and B, none of the given. Second one, according to dash, business cycles are of fluctuations in economic activities. Business cycles are fluctuations in economic activities according to dash. Okay. Options are Keynes. Second one, Mitchell, Mitchell. Mitchell. Third, Samuelson. Fourth, none of the given. Third question. Dash refers to the highest point of the business cycle. Dash refers to the highest point of the business cycle. Options are recovery, inflation, peak, none of the given, none of the given. Okay, next one. During the period of contraction, during the period of contraction, supply exceeds demand, supply exceeds demand. Option 2. During the period of contraction, first option is supply exceeds demand. Second one, demand exceeds supply. Demand exceeds supply. Third one, supply is equal to demand. Supply is equal to demand. Fourth one, it depends upon the economic condition. Okay. In this phase, economic growth rate becomes negative. I'll give you the options. In this phase, economic growth rate becomes negative. The options are recession, okay, recovery, depression, none of the given. None of the given. Next one. The duration of a cycle varies from. Please take the options. The period of the cycle, the duration or the period, whatever you want to say, the duration of the cycle varies from option A, 2 years to 12 years. Second one, 1 to 5 years. Third one, 5 to 10 years. Fourth one, 10 to 15 years. Next one, business cycles are coexisting. This is called as dash. This is called as dash. No options, you have to write. It's a term you should know. Next question. Which goods sector is affected most by cyclical fluctuations? Which goods sector, which goods, that is capital goods or consumer goods or perishable goods like that, which goods sector is affected most by cyclical fluctuations? Next one, the consumption of dash type of goods and services, the consumption of dash type of goods, take goods, that itself is understood, goods does not vary much during different phases of business cycle. During different phases of business cycle. Okay. Next one. How many are there? 9. So one more I'll give you. Okay. Fluctuations in government spending comes under fluctuations in government spending comes under internal costs or external costs of trade cycle. Comes under internal costs or external costs of trade cycle. Please do this elaborate exercise. Comes under internal cause, C-A-U-S-E, cause or external cause of trade cycle. Please do that exercise. Done? Done. Oh my God, so good here you are. All of you have done? Completed? Anybody still writing? Okay. Yes, read out the first question, ma.
Four options.
Four options.
A and B.
A and B. They are known as trade cycle. They are also known as economics. A and B. Do the correction. See whether you are writing the correct option. Okay. That is why people confuse it to be. They do not know whether it's micro or macro variable. Okay. Yes. Go to the next one.
According to Dash, business cycles are fluctuating.
Fluctuations. What is the answer you gave? What answer you gave? I'm asking. Okay, so the answer is Mitchell. Keynes has given, remember, periods of good trade alternating with periods of bad trade. Remember the word good trade, bad trade. That is what Keynes has given. Mitchell's popular definition is fluctuations in economic activities. That's the main thing given by Mitchell. Correct answer is Mitchell.
Dash
Okay.
refers to highest use of the business cycle.
Correct. Peak. Good. Then.
During the period of contraction, the option A, supply exceeds demand. B, demand exceeds supply. Supply is equal to demand. It depends upon the economic condition.
Okay. What happens? You tell me.
Demand exceeds supply.
Sure. Supply exceeds demand. Contraction here implies it's a term for depression. Okay, please understand that it's a situation where supply exceeds demand. See, wherever you can do mistake, that is what we are taking as few questions. Okay. Contraction of the economy is shrinking. Okay. Yes, next one.
In which case, economic growth rate becomes negative.
Okay. Depression. Very good. Correct. Then
The period or duration of a cycle varies from
2 to, that's a choice you have taken. Sure, all of you? Yes, 2 to 12 only. 2 to 10, 12 they give, or 2 to 12. Okay, that's the correct answer. Yes, then.
business cycles are coexisting. This is called as dash.
Yes, do you know the meaning for coexisting? It's a terminology. Synchronic. Synchronization, yes, it is from synchronization. Okay, yes, then
Which goods sector is affected? Which goods sector is affected most by cyclic fluctuation?
okay. Which good sector? Perishable, durable, non-durable, semi-durable,
Agricultural.
durable consumer goods sector. That will be subject because that is where your mind will oscillate. Refrigerators, cars, houses, etc. So durable consumer goods, where the examples could be houses, refrigerators, cars, etc. That becomes shaky. Okay. Yes. Next one.
The consumption of dash type of goods does not vary much during different phases of business cycles.
What did you write? Perishable, non-durable. What we say as non-durable. Non-durable. Okay. Then next question. Anything else?
Fluctuations in government spending comes under cost of or internal or external cost of trade cycles.
100% you're sure? Internal. Because here, this is within the control of the economy. The government can change. What are external? War, what to say, natural calamities, fire, disasters, population explosion, etc. Okay. Under internal, you will have fluctuations in investment, fluctuations in government spending, fluctuation in effective demand. All these macro variables can be monitored by the government and put under change, put to change. That which is beyond the control, like natural calamities, no, like war and so many other things come under this. Have you all understood? Okay, so that is the trade cycle. So with this, actually the portions are over and selected portion is what we have structured. I think we'll do this tomorrow. You know, we'll go through this quickly. I want to go through this and test you on this. With this, you know, some of the things which I want to show you. Yes? Or you are ready for today? Yes? Are you concentrating? That is my worry. It's not that no, I cannot be dumping things. Tell me. Tomorrow. Okay. Because this is like, we have completed all the chapters. This is a consolidated one, no? Taking concepts. We can keep this for an hour and the rest of the time we can do BCK. Main focus will be on BCK. This will be done last. Okay, have you all understood? Yes? So, did you revise the class properly? Were you able to revise? Learn something, recollect certain things, know your areas of weakness? Yes? Okay, so regarding laws of production, you have to do a bit more work from my point of view. Business cycles are not bad, market structures also not bad. Not say. The main thing is some questions which are complex here and there, no? That you have to do. Okay. Yes, thank you then. We will meet tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Yes.